features of material welfare definition, which is given by whom? Yes, which is given by Alfred Marshall. Very good. So this features we are going to study. Look student, this economics, we are talking about this economics in a very brief way because we are just in class 9. So as you will move on to class 11, 12, it will get much broader. If you are liking this subject, you can pursue this in your future by doing this. You can do BSc in economics to understand more about economics. That means this Alfred definition, Adam Smith definition, there are lot more to study about that, but over here we are just learning it in brief. Okay, so this is your career if you want to pursue in economics, if you are liking this subject. Okay, so now let's move on to the first feature of Alfred Marshall definition. What is the first feature given in your book? Yes, study of mankind. Very good. So study of mankind. What is the study of mankind is the main feature of welfare definition, because over here where Alfred Marshall has focused on this study of human being, how he is earning the income and how he is saving money. Okay, so the role of man is giving more stressed over here, okay, in the creation of wealth. So this definition has given more stressed on the role of man. Which role? In the creation of the income or wealth. Income will come first, okay? When you will earn income, then only you will save money, and when you will save money, then only you will create wealth. Okay, so that's why income first and then wealth. The second feature of this definition is study of ordinary business of life of whom? Life of the human being. That means ordinary business of life, that what does a human being do to earn his living. That means everyone has to work, correct? Everyone has to work to earn money, to live their life. Okay, so this definition, material welfare definition, also study about the ordinary business of life. That means how does a person work, what occupation does he do to earn his living. Remember over here that we are not living in a jungle, that the more powerful we are, we will dominate others. No, it is not like that. We are living in a society. That means the more powerful we are, we should be a protector for the others. Okay, we should not look for our needs only, but with our material things we will try to give welfare to the other people also. Okay, like Papa, your father earn money. Okay, he earned money and he gave his money, part of his money, to your mother to spend it, to use it for your welfare. So see, money is getting earned by someone and is getting used. The welfare is being distributed with lots of people. Understood? The third feature of this definition is study of material welfare. What is this? Yeah, so it's the definition, material welfare definition, has only focused on the material welfare. That means the welfare which we are enjoying by using material things. Okay, so economics study, this economics, the definition of Alfred Marshall economics, study only the material aspect of the human being. That means how a human being gets happier, how does it satisfy its needs by using only material aspect. He has totally ignored the non-material things. So this feature can also on in this basis his definition may get criticized also by other economics, which will happen by Lionel Robbins, okay, in the other definition, which is the scarcity definition. Okay, so this definition emphasizes the materialistic aspect of economic welfare. As I have told you, the welfare which we are getting by using material things. Okay, like I have given the example of car, that some student comes to school by car, some comes by walking. Okay, so here we are, both are getting welfare. Some is getting welfare by sitting in a car, some is getting welfare by enjoying the company of his friends or his father, okay, with whom he is coming to school. But Alfred Marshall has only talked about the welfare enjoyed by the that student who is coming by car. That means the person who is using the material things. Okay, so now understand the criticism on which ground does material welfare definition, that means Alfred Marshall definition, got criticized. First of all, let me tell you, it got criticized by whom? It is got criticized by Professor Lionel Robbins. Professor Lionel Robbins criticized Alfred Marshall's definition. What is the term of this word criticism? Now let's take an example that we all know Kapil Dev. Yes sir, we know. He was Indian cricket captain in past. We all know Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yes sir, I know him. Actually, he is my favorite. And we also know Virat Kohli. Right? All three are the captain of Indian team. So it may happen that MS Dhoni, when came as a captain, he must have agreed with Kapil Dev in some point, and disagreed with him on the other point, that he has said that the strategy used by Kapil Dev is not correct, and at some point he has said that he may have said that he is correct absolutely. When Virat Kohli has came into power, he would have agreed with MS Dhoni in some point, and he must have disagreed with him on the other point. Okay, and this, are you getting the point? That every time we are talking about cricket over here, that every time when a person is coming, so on some point he is criticizing him, and some point he is agreeing with him. Same is true for economics. Like when Adam Smith came, he gave his definition. After that, when Alfred Marshall came, he has criticized Adam Smith on some ground, that he is only talking about wealth, which is wrong. And he has also agreed with him that okay, material things give welfare. Now when Lionel Robbins come into power, when his time came, he has also criticized Alfred Marshall on some ground. Let's see on which ground Alfred Marshall got criticized. The first and foremost point for his criticism is that non-material aspects of welfare got neglected. Neglected means ignored. Okay, that non-material welfare got ignored. That means Alfred Marshall has only focused on those welfare which we are getting from material goods, but he has totally ignored the welfare which we are getting from non-material things. Don't we get welfare from non-material things? Yes sir, I get lot of welfare by studying with you. When you teach me, I gets lot of knowledge. Okay, when I spend time with my friends, I get lots of happiness. When I spend time with my family, I get lots of happiness. So not only material things makes me happy, non-material things like love, affection, okay, education, all these things also give me welfare, happiness. Okay, when I am very efficient, when I do your work on time, I feel so happy that sir will be so happy seeing that I am doing his work on time. Yes, I get happy by seeing that you are doing my work on time. Okay, so this thing is not material thing, this is no material thing. So non-material things also gives us happiness, which Alfred Marshall has ignored. So Lionel Robbins has criticized him in this ground. The second way in which he has got criticized is that the scope of economics has got restricted in his definition. Restricted means very short. In very short, he has explained. Restricted means he has not completed his definition. That means his definition is somewhat, we can say, it is incomplete. Okay, so the definition of economics given by Alfred Marshall is incomplete because he has ignored non-material aspect of happiness, non-material aspect of welfare. Again, we can say that, right? So his definition has gone criticized. The next feature, the next criticism about his definition is that welfare cannot be quantified. Quantified means we can't measure it in terms of numbers, because welfare is just a state of mind. That means whether we are getting happiness, welfare from something or not. Okay, we can't measure it in a number. Okay, so over here he has tried to measure the welfare in monetary, in the way which we are using our material things. But yes, money too cannot be used every time. Okay, the basis of money can't be used every time, that how much money we have got, that only makes us happiness, because money is not the only reason for our happiness. Okay. Next criticism for his definition is it does not show the relationship. It does not show the relationship between ends and scarc means. That means his definition, Marshall definition, does not show that our wants are unlimited, our wants are never ending, but the resources are limited. Scarc means limited resource. He has forgotten to show that. Okay, so welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall does not give importance, does not emphasize on the limited resource. Okay, that economic problem arises because of this limited resource. If there would have been unlimited resource, then there would have been no problem to human being. He has totally forgotten that. Okay.